So in part 3, we are going to talk about flexible budget. So far we have talked about production budget, material budget, cash budget, sales budget. Now we are going to talk about flexible budgets. So in this flexible budget, so they have given some problem. So draw up a flexible budget for the overhead expenses on the basis of the following data and determine overheads rates at 70%, 80%, 90% plant capacity. They have given only for 80% capacities information. Variable overheads, indirect labor, stores include spares, semi-variable overheads, that is they have given fully 20,000. We have to separate for 30% as a fixed, 70% as variable. Repairs and maintenance 2,000, that is 60% is fixed, 40% is variable. So fixed overheads, it cannot be changed. So 11,000, 3,000, 10,000. So total overheads is 62,000. They have given only for 80%. We have to find for 70% and 90%. So how the capacity will be if it is a 70% variable, if it is a 90% variable. So how we have to calculate it. So we can have this flexibility, either which is very nearer to us, which is very comfortable for us, we can change it. So 3 types of percentage will be calculated for flexible budget. Which one is very easier, that can be taken for the future references. So this is then advantages of flexible budget. So estimated direct labor hours also they have given 1,24,000 hours. So when we divide with the total hours divided by direct labor hours, we can get which is the best one also. So now we are going to do the problem. So prepare flexible budget for the period. So and so they are not given about the year. So we are putting it in a dash. So 80% is given. So it is a given one. 80% is a given one. With the help of this given percentage information, we are going to calculate for 70% and for 90%. Okay. So first variable overheads, indirect labor they have given 12,000. So for if it is a 80% of indirect labor is 12,000, how will we calculate for 70 and 90? We'll take a calculator. So for 70%, 70 into 12,000 divided by 80,000 is a given one. So divided by 80. Again I'll repeat it. 70,000 we have to find what is the capacity of direct labor, indirect labor. So 70% into given, that is 80%, they have given 12,000 divided by that given percentage is 80. So we'll get 10,500 is the answer. So that can be given here. So when we talked about the 90,000, we have to do it the same procedure. This is the same method for each and every percentage. Whatever they have given the percentage, this is the procedure. So the given procedure is 90. Already they are in 80%. In indirect labor they have given 12,000 divided by, in 12,000 in which percentage they have given 80. So 13,500. So that is the answer. So usually the given information is 80%, 12,000 is indirect labor. So with the help of these two information, we are going to calculate for 70 and 90. So multiply, first we are going to calculate for 70 means 70% into given amount. There is a given capacity amount divided by the given percentage. Again I'll repeat it. What percentage we have to find, that percentage into given amount divided by given percentage. We'll get that answer. So we'll try for the next one. Stores include spares is 4,000 is given. So again we have to calculate for the 70%. The same procedure we have to calculate. So I'll show you. 4,000 we have to calculate. So I'll do it for 70%. 70 into 4,000 divided by 4000 is given in 80%. So divided by 80, we'll be getting 3500. You can see 3500. The same procedure for 90%. Again, I'll do it. That is 90. We have to find. Given is 4000. Given percentage is 80. We'll be getting 4500. So it is given. So we have to find like this for each and everything. For fixed, I'll tell you, for fixed, they'll tell you about the semi-variable overheads. 30% is fixed, 70% variable. The whole amount they have given. We have to find it. What is that? What is that? So fixed is, they have given out of 20,000, 30% is fixed one. So for that, we have to find out of 20,000 into fixed is, they have given 30%, I think so. 30 divided by 100, you will be getting 6,000. This cannot be changed for each and every percentage. So because of this fixed one. So the power fixed is 6,000 for all the percentage. It cannot be changed. Easily we can deduct it. So 20,000 minus 6,000, you will be getting 14,000. 20,000 minus 6,000, you will be getting 15,750. 20,000 minus 6,000, you will be getting 14,000. Likewise, we cannot calculate like this. We have to do it according to the given one. So just we have to find fixed minus variable 14,000. With the help of this 14,000 only, we have to calculate a 70 and 90. Okay. So as usual, the variable also calculated with 14,000 is given. So 14,000 into 70%, I am going to calculate, divided by 80. Given is 80. So 12,250 as the variable. Is it clear? So don't do this mistake, because if fixed means we have to follow 6,000. 6,000 is a fixed one. When we are coming to the variable, we cannot take like that. So the minus, when we 20 divided 20 minus 6, we will be getting 14,000. As usual method, the previous variable overheads what we have did, the same procedure should be followed for the semi-variable variable, not for fixed. So again I'll repeat it. Fixed means it cannot be changed for any percentage. Whatever may be the percentage, the fixed amount cannot be changed. So we are putting all the same amount for all the percentage. But the given we have to deduct with the deduction, that is 14,000 is the deduction one. Out of 20, 14 is a variable. With the help of that variable only, we have to follow that method. That is for 70%. What is the procedure we have followed? We have to follow it. So 14,000 into 70 divided by 80 will be getting 12,500. For same thing, 14,000 into 90 divided by 80 will be getting 15,750. Okay, the same procedure will be followed for the repairs and maintenance. Repairs and maintenance, they have given 2,000. 60% is fixed, 40% is variable. I'll show you. So 2,000 into 60 divided by 100, you will be having 1,200. 1,200 is a fixed one. So we cannot change this. So the fixed cannot be changed for any percentage. So 1,200, 1,200, 1,200. So out of this, the given is 2,000. So 2,000 minus 1,200, you will be getting 800. With the help of this 800 only, we have to find the next percentage. That is for 70%, 800 into 70 divided by 80. You will be, sorry, 800. I make a mistake. 800 into 70 divided by 80. So 700 is the answer. So 700 you will be getting. So same thing for the 800 for 90%. So 800 into 90 divided by 80 is a given one. So 900 is the answer. So same thing. So in fixed overheads, there is no changes because it is fixed one. Fixed overheads, it's a change. It cannot be changed. So whatever may be in the 80 percentage will be followed for the next, or that is whatever may be the percentage. In for 70, 11,000, 11,000, 11,000, because it is a fixed overheads. So the insurance 3,000, 3,000 for all percentage. Salary 10,000, 10,000, 10,000 for all percentage. So when we add all these things, we'll be getting total overheads. So we have to add all these things. Okay, so when we add all these things, we'll be getting 58,150, 62,000, 65,850. The hours they have given us 1,24,000 for 80 percentage. The same procedure should be followed for here also. So 1,24,000. I hope I am right. 1,24,000. Yes. So 1,24,000 into 70 percentage divided by given as 80. So you'll be getting 1,08,500 is the estimated direct labor hours. So the same thing should be followed. 1,24,000 into 90 divided by 80, you'll be getting 1,39,500. So with the help of this, we have to find direct labor hours. How many labor hours will be having? So as usual, total overheads divided by estimated direct labor hours, you will be getting 0.536. Next one, total overheads divided by given direct labor hours, you will be getting 0.50500. Then 500 we have to tell. For 90 percentage, 0.472. So with the help of this, direct labor hours will be calculated and computed as per the result. So which capacity will be more comfort zone, we have to find it. So 90 percentage or 70 percentage or 80 percentage. So direct labor hours will be calculated like this. So this is the method for flexible method. So flexible method. So the given percentage, with the help of the given percentage, we have to calculate the estimated percentage, that is they have expected to do 70 or 90. So sometimes they will be having a 60 and 70, sometimes they may have the 40 and 60. So depends upon the capacity percentage they may ask, we have to do like this. So once again I will repeat it, fixed cannot be changed. If we are having a variable, means variable has to be calculated on the same method. The given one amount into what percentage we have to calculate divided by given percentage. So that is the procedure for variable. Fixed only cannot be changed. So shall we move on to the next problem? So the expenses for the budget production for 10,000 units. Here they have given in units. Okay, the material per unit, labor, overheads, fixed overheads, variable expenses, selling expenses, distribution expenses, fixed 10% is fixed, 20% is fixed. Administration expenses is also given. Total cost per unit, they are prepared to 8,000, 6,000. Indicate cost per unit at both the levels. Assume the administration expenses as per the level of productions. So now we move on to this. I'll rotate it. So 10,000 is given. So 80,000 we have to find and 6,000 we have to find. They have given only units preparations, then all the given information they have given. So first, production material 70 per unit they have given. So 70 into 10, 70 into 10,000, 7 lakh. Labor 25 into 10,000, 2 lakh 50. Overheads 20 into 10,000, 2 lakh. 5 direct variable expenses is 5 into 10,000 units, 50,000. So in fixed variables they have given 1 lakh, but they have not given about the units. So 1 lakh directly we have put that amount. 1 lakh divided by 10,000, you will be getting the units. I'll show it to you. So they have given fixed is 1 lakh. The units they have given is 10,000. You will be getting per unit rate. Okay, so per unit rate is 10 rupees. So selling, they have given, in selling expenses they have given 10% is fixed. Okay, so 10% is fixed they will be having. Okay, Again 13,000, 13 per, sorry, 13 per unit they have given. 13 into 10,000. So 1,30,000 is 1,30,000. 10% is a fixed one. So 10 divided by 100, you will be getting 13,000 is the answer. We have shown 13,000, but per unit we may not know about it. So divided by per unit. 13,000 divided by 10,000, you will be getting 1.3 as a per unit rate. So likewise we have to find it. Okay, so this is a fixed one. Then deduct that 1,30,000 minus 13,000, you will be getting 1,17,000 as a variable, divided by 10,000, that is given units is 10,000. So divided by 10,000, you will be getting 11.70. So likewise for distribution expenses, they are asked to prepare 20% as fixed. So 7 into 10, 70,000. 70,000, if we take 20%, I'll show you. So 7 rupees into 10,000, 70,000. So in 70,000, they asked to prepare 20% as a fixed one. So divided by 20, you will be getting 14,000. So 14,000 is a fixed one. So again 14,000 will be divided by 10,000 per unit. You will be getting per unit rate 0.14. So with the help of 70 minus 14, so already we find 7 into 10 is a fixed one, so total one 70,000. So with the help of the 70,000, we have to deduct the 14,000. So 70,000 is a total minus 14,000 is a fixed one. You will be getting remaining 56,000 as a variable. So again we have to divide it by the 10,000 per unit. You will be getting 5.60. So administration expenses, they have given 5 rupees. So 5 into 10, you will be getting 50,000 as the answer. The same procedure should be followed for the 8,000 units. But per unit rate cannot be changed. Only for the given one. So material 70 per unit they have given. So 70 into 8,000, you will be getting 5,60,000. 25 into 8,000, 2 lakhs. 20 into 8,000 units, 1,60,000. 5 into 4, that is 5 rupees into 8,000 units, 40,000 rupees. Here they have given fixed amount, they have given, not the per unit. So we have to 1 lakh divided by 8,000. 1 lakh divided by 8,000, you will be getting per unit rate. The same thing for the 6,000 also, we have to multiply all the per unit rate with the 6,000. 70 into 6, you will be getting 4,20,000. 25 into 6, 1,50,000. 20 into 6,000 units, 1,20,000. 5 into 6,000 units, 30. But the fixed overheads is they have given in amount. So divide the amount divided by units. 6,000 units. So you will be getting 16.667. If you are having a more than 3 decimals, just cut it with for more than 3 means we take it only first 3 decimal is enough. Okay. So divided by 8,000 units, you will be getting per rate. Divided by 6,000 units, the given unit 6,000, you will be getting per rate. The same thing will be procedure. Same procedure should be followed for the other one, that is fixed means that rate cannot be changed. So 13,000, 13,000, but we have to divide the 13,000 into divided by 8,000. The same thing, 13,000 should be divided by 6,000. Then only you will be getting the per unit rate. So when we divide 13 divided by 8,000, you will be getting 1.625. I'll show it to you. 13,000 divided by 8,000, you will be getting per rate is 1.625. So 1.625. So same procedure, 13, the fixed rate cannot be changed. So from that the total amount is that 1,30,000. So 1,30,000 minus 13 we cannot do it. Okay, so so with the help of this amount 1,17,000 117, I hope so, 1,17,000 into what we have to find, 8,000 divided by 10,000, you will be getting 93,600. Maybe the zero may be a differ, I think so. Sorry, I'll divide it in 1,000. Show it again. 1,17,000. The given is, we have to find is 8,000. Given is 10,000. So 93,600 we got it. So 93,600 should be divided in the 8,000. Divided by 8,000 units is given. So divided by units, we will be getting per unit rate. So 11.7 is a per unit rate. The same procedure should be followed here also. 1,17,000 into 6,000 divided by given in 10,000 units. So 10,000 units. I'll show it again. For 6,000, same thing. 17,000. So what we have to find for 6,000 units, given units is 10,000. So 70,200 we got it now. So in 70,000 should be divided with the help of the given 6,000 units, you will be getting per rate. I'll show it again. 70,200 is given. So divided by 6,000, you will be getting 11.7 as the per unit rate. So here also the same thing will be followed here for distribution expenses. Fixed they will be given 14,000, 14,000, 14,000. It cannot be changed. But this 14,000 should be divided with the unit given. 14,000 divided by 6,000 units. 6,000 units. You will get per unit rate. So the 14,000 should be divided by the 8,000 units. Sorry, I cannot able to write it clearly. I will erase it and write it clear. So 8,000, 14,000 divided by 8,000, you will get per unit rate is 1.750. When we divide 14,000 divided by given 6,000 unit is 2.334. So likewise we have to do for the rest of the problems. So 56,000 they have given a variable means same procedure. 56,000 into 8,000 divided by 10,000, you will be getting 44,800. So variable, the same procedure should be followed for the variable also. 56,000 into 6,000 divided by 10,000, you will be getting 33,600. When we divide with the given, that is when we divide with the given units, that is divided by 6,000, you will be getting per rate. Divide with 8,000, you will be getting 5,600. Then administration expenses, they have given 5 rupees, I think so, 5 rupees. So 5 into 10, 50,000. So 50,000 is a fixed one. Administration expenses is a fixed one because they indicated in the administration expenses is fixed for all levels. They have given in additional information. If they may not given, we can change it. So for that reason, we have given all this in a fixed way. So bracket, I'll write this is a fixed one. In additional information only, they have written it. This administration expenses is fixed. So fixed means 50,000 divided by 8,000. You will be getting per unit rate. The same procedure, 550,000 will be divided with 6,000. You will be getting per unit rate. So just we have to add all these things. So how to calculate this? If they are given in a percentage or in a units, just with the given amount into what we have to find divided by given. So that is the procedure for flexible budget, either in a percentage or in a units wise. Whatever may be, that should be followed. Given amount into that is what we have to find divided by given units or in a percentage. Only thing, fixed cannot be changed. Fixed should be followed for how many units or how many percentage we are having, that cannot be changed. That is the main thing for flexible budget. Okay, next we move on to the last one, master budget. They asked to prepare. Glass manufacturing companies required to calculate the budget for the next year from the following information: sales, toughened glass, bend toughened glass, direct material cost 60% of sales, direct wages they have given 20 workers is 150 rupees per month, factory overheads, indirect labor, works managers rupees 500 per month, foreman rupees 400 per month. Stores and spares they asked to prepare 200 on sales, depreciation on machinery 12,600, light and power 5,000. Other sundries will be 10% on direct wages. Distributions and administration sellings is 14,000 per year. So repairs maintenance rupees 8,000. We are asked to prepare master budget. So this is another method of master budget. As usual, sales they have given already. As per the sales budget, we have given 3 lakh, 5 lakh. So toughened glass 3 lakhs, bend toughened glass 5 lakhs, 80,000 we are having. Then less cost of productions as per the budget they have given. Direct material 4 lakh 80,000. They have given 60% of sales. So we have taken from 8 lakhs and the 60% if we have taken 4 lakh 80. Direct wages they have given 20 workers 150 per month. So 20 into 12 into 150 you will be having 36,000. So that is your prime cost. So what they have mentioned, direct material from 60% from the sales, direct wages they have given the workers and the per month amount into year. For yearly means we have to add into 12. So that we have getting direct wages is 36,000. This total will be called as prime cost. Okay. Then factory overheads, stores and spares, 2.5 on sales. So 2.5 on sales means we have to take into 2 into 2.5, 20,000. Light and power they have given 5,000 per, I think so. Light and power 5,000 they have given. So we have taken light and power 5,000. Repairs and maintenance 8,000. So when we add, we'll be having factory overheads variables is 33,000. Then fixed works manager salary is they have given for works manager 500 per month. 500 into 12 you will be getting 6,000. Foreman salary also per month they have given. If they have given per month means into 12 we have to do it. Then depreciation, sundries. So these are all fixed. When we add 27,000. So when we add all these things, you will be having this work cost. When we add prime cost, already you have studied in the cost accounting. So when we add prime cost plus factory overheads, we call it as work cost. So just deduct the sales less work cost, you will be getting gross profit. So gross profit is 2,24,000. Please consider it. So this is a less cost of production, that is prime cost we have to find. With the prime cost we have to add factory cost. Add factory cost. The factory cost will be in two ways. One is variable, another one is fixed. Salaries all comes in a fixed way. Variables maybe sometimes it may differ. So that is called stores, light and power, repairs and maintenance. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it may not happen. So that it becomes in a variable. Fixed salaries always comes in a fixed. Depreciation also comes in a fixed. So with the help of this cost sheet, we are doing the prime cost and factory. The total should be deducted. That cost is called work cost. When we deduct from sales minus prime cost plus factory cost, we call it as gross profit. So with the gross profit less administration, selling and distribution, 14,000. That is called net profit is 2,10,000. So this is the budget, master budget we call it as. So far we have prepared sales separately, then prime cost separately, factor overheads separately. All together, putting together in a one sheet is called master budget. So thank you so much.